Don't get started in wholesaling real estate in 2024 without watching this video. You've probably gotten ads, you've probably seen a million TikToks and these wholesaling gurus telling you how to get into wholesaling real estate. You're probably upset because every single one of them is trying to charge you $6,000 or $7,000 to get in this business. And honestly, that's how wholesaling real estate has been for the past 15, 20 years. But what I'm gonna do today is actually show you exactly my 7+ years, over 2,000 wholesaling real estate deals of experience on the fundamental building blocks in 2024, how you can run a 6 to 7 figure wholesaling operation. That's right, if you have no money, how you can go from $0 to 100K. Now you might be saying like, who's the stupid kid telling me I can make all this money wholesaling houses? What's the catch? He's probably a fraud, what's going on? Well, my name's Zach Ginn. I started wholesaling real estate in 2017, and as a 17-year-old, I made my first $100,000 wholesaling real estate in high school. And what I do on this YouTube channel is teach you how to wholesale houses. That's all I do. That's all I'm going to teach you to do absolutely for free. And really what I want to do today is really give you some fundamental building blocks on how you can get started wholesaling houses and really eliminate all these other filler videos you see. People tell you how to wholesale real estate, and these videos are from 2022, 2021. Frankly, the real estate wholesaling game has completely changed a 180 on how you used to do wholesaling. I'm an active wholesaler. I do real estate deals every single day. I'm going to tell you the fundamental information that you need to know right now. So in 2024, you do not need money to get started. I know everyone says you need to spend money to make money in wholesaling. That is completely false. This is a narrative so you can spend $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on a real estate wholesaling mentorship program where you get thrown in a Zoom with 300 other people. That is not how you get started. Real estate wholesaling is all about finding people that have ugly houses and selling that contract to a rich landlord or house flipper for a profit. There's really no money needing to be spent. The only cost in wholesaling real estate is your time and maybe a couple cents to print out a contract. You can actually virtually e-sign it too. So really it's no money at all. Now your first question watching this video to build this building block is, what is wholesaling? Kind of like what I said before, wholesaling real estate is the process of finding people with ugly houses. That's right. The uglier, the better. When somebody has an ugly house, they just want to get rid of it. Think of a used car dealership. Why do used car dealerships make money? Because they give you speed and convenience of just trading in the car. The uglier the car, probably the better. Because you selling your car, you don't want to get the transmission checked. You don't want to go deal with the haggling of negotiating. You don't want to go check on the wiper fluids and meet somebody behind a Starbucks at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. Have them test drive the car. You don't know who this guy is. It's just easier just for a quick sale, trade it in. I know that person's making money, but honestly, I don't want to deal with this thing anymore. That concept, same thing like a pawn shop, is the same exact thing we do in wholesaling real estate, but with houses. So we make not just $1,000 flipping the car, but we make $10, $15, even $50,000 just selling the contract to the piece of real estate. And so really what we do, we find people who have ugly houses, we try to buy their property, we write up a contract to buy the house, let's say for $100,000, then we sell the contract, not the property, the contract, the piece of paper, to a rich landlord or house flipper, let's say for $120,000. That cash buyer, that rich landlord or house flipper, is going to give us a $20,000, $30,000 assignment fee, or what we call a finder's fee. So if that confused you at all, I was trying to give you kind of a full overview process. To make it even simpler, all you do is find somebody that wants to sell their house. You write up a contract, a piece of paper to buy it for $100,000. Then you sell that piece of paper to a rich landlord or house flipper for a finder's fee. That is pretty much it. We don't own the house. We don't own the property. We just own the rights to buy it. And we can sell those rights to a rich landlord or house flipper. It's really cool. Kind of like options trading, but with the option, we don't lose any money and we don't spend any money really. Now, you might be asking yourself, and this is probably the most stressful question people get started, is what if I can't find that buyer, right? What if I write it up for $100,000 and no buyer wants to buy it for $100,000 or more? Am I screwed? Am I gonna get sued? What's the liability? Well, the good news for you is in standard real estate practices with realtors, real estate investments, hedge funds, pretty much every single type of real estate professionally, every single piece of contract has what we call an inspection period. This inspection period is used by realtors on a daily basis. And this is basically our get out of jail free clause. That's the best way for me to explain this. If for whatever reason, I'm trying to buy a house, and if you're watching this, you've bought a house before with a realtor, you know this, you have about 14, 15, sometimes 20, 30 days to inspect the property in the inspection period, which if you read most inspection periods, for whatever reason possible, you might not even like how the grass is, the feng shui of the house might be off, you don't like the color of the pebble or the mulch, for whatever reason, the buyer has a right within the first 14 to 21 days of signing this agreement to buy the property, can get out of the agreement, no liability agreed, no issues at all for whatever reason from inspecting the property. This is why many first-time home buyers write up contracts, no problem at all. They get them signed, they go see the house, they don't like how it smells, and they just get out of the agreement. You might seem like, oh, this is a loophole, but no. Every single time I flip houses and I sell it myself, which is not wholesaling, these first-time home buyers, they do their inspection period and get out of my contracts like nothing because they legally have the right, and real estate professionals have been doing this forever. So we can use that little loophole in real estate to go write up contracts, and if we can't find a buyer or we don't like it, within that 14 to 20 day inspection period, we can just get out of the deal no matter what. The coolest part, to find a good buyer usually takes 3 or 4 days. Now, you might be having a lot of stuff going through your head right now. Like, wow, this seems like a very interesting opportunity, but how do I know if this is legit? How do I know if this actually works? Is Zach actually saying the truth here? Well, you're in luck. I am actually the largest wholesaling real estate coach by active students in the entire country. There's been not one person who has produced more successful wholesaling students in the entire country in the history of this thing than me. You know the real reason why? Is it because I'm the smartest or the richest one? Actually not, because me and Rick on this YouTube channel are the only people that are 7-figure wholesalers that actually give all of their best information absolutely for free. We still to this day have the only wholesaling real estate course that is 100% free on the internet for anyone who just wants to sign up. That website, it's called freewholesaling.com. Here we teach you how to wholesale real estate from start to finish absolutely for free. No holds bar, no fluff. I have live recordings of me talking to sellers, me negotiating deals, me marketing, me talking to cash buyers and selling them, my actual wholesaling checks, my first deals, my biggest deals, everything from start to finish in that course. The reason why I can't give some of that information out to the public here on a YouTube channel, I have to put it behind a private server in a free course, which again, no paywall, because YouTube has a lot of privacy policies where I can't show names, phone numbers, and things like that, pulling lists and getting these deals. YouTube just flags those videos and removes them. So I have to put them behind a private server, which I spend tens of thousands of dollars a month running for the people, by the people. Now, why am I teaching this stuff? Well, I get a lot of JV deals. A lot of you guys sometimes send me some real estate deals and we work together on it, and it makes me a ton of money. Now, the most important part here is like, Zach, is the stuff I'm saying true? Well, if you go to freewholesaling.com and you scroll down the bottom, you're going to see a lot of testimonials. There's going to be checks upon checks upon checks upon checks of people making so much money wholesaling houses and getting their first deal just from that free course. I highly recommend you check that out. I have a lot of podcasts of people making 100K, millions of dollars from this information. Check out this YouTube channel, go to freewholesaling.com. You're going to see the testimonials everywhere. Now that you know that wholesaling real estate actually works, I teach the people how to do this. I'm the #1 guy in the country on doing this. You might be asking yourself, oh my gosh, how do I get started? What do I do? What's the process? Tell me right now, I want to get rich. And yeah, I know getting started in wholesaling real estate, it's exciting. It is seriously the fastest way for anybody who's 17, 18, 19 years old to go run up $20,000, $30,000 with no money at all. Now, there is a cost to this. It's going to take some work. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's definitely hard work. But think of anything that you can make a ton of money with. It's all going to be hard work. It's just the easiest way to get rich while still working hard. So if you're willing to work hard, this is going to be perfect for you. Now, the wholesaling process, if we talk about making from $0 to, let's say, $20,000 on one real estate wholesaling deal in 30 days, this is really how the process goes. Inside of freewholesaling.com, I kind of teach this, but from day 1 to 7, this is mostly going to just be us marketing, just finding these people who want to get rid of the property for cash for a discount. Days 7 to 14 is us actually locking up the deal, actually writing up the agreement to buy it. Days 14 through 18, we're finding our cash buyer, our rich landlord or house flipper. Days 18 to 24, we are walking the cash buyer's property, actually getting it sold. And then 24 to 30, that's closing day. That's actually when I get our checks and everything's perfect and great. Now that's frankly the wholesaling process. Again, we find people who want to sell the property. We write up an agreement to buy the house. We find a rich landlord or house flipper, usually on that street or nearby, that wants to buy it. I personally like cold calling the for rents, actually finding landlords in the area, then selling that contract to them because they have a ton of money, or maybe some house flippers. They go through the house, they like it, then they agree to buy that piece of paper, that contract from me through a contract called the Summit of Contract. And then boom, I get my check at the title company at the end of the day. It's really a simple 3 to 4 step process. Now, you're watching this like, whoa, my mind is blown. This is insane. Holy moly. I have a lot of questions. What do I say to the seller when they want to sell their property? How do I get a list of potential people looking to sell their house? How many cold calls or drawing for dollars leads do I have to do until I get a wholesaling deal? What do I say to cash buyers? how do I find a title company? These are going to be a lot of questions, and they're going to be very, very common questions, which most beginner wholesalers have. Questions. If you have any of these beginner questions, like how do I find a contract? Do you have a contract? Everything like that. I do have a free contracts. I have all this stuff, scripts, objections, all these things. It's within that free wholesaling course. Now, let me tell you exactly how to go find it. It's a free course. So it's a free wholesaling course. So I just used the word wholesaling and I put the word free in front of it, called it freewholesaling.com. And that's how you go get the course right now. Boom, simple. So all those questions you have, I highly recommend you go to that free course. And then you can hop on the live streams I have on this channel and actually ask me questions live. I'll go and answer it to you. I do free one-on-one calls. I do all this stuff. I actually have free masterminds and communities for you to go join. I have a Facebook group. It's called Wholesaling Houses for Real. We have over 125,000 fellow wholesalers around the whole country. There's gonna be a ton of people local to you that you can actually reach out to and connect with, and you guys can work together on deals and make a ton of money. I have thousands and thousands of Houston people in that Facebook group you can go connect with. If you're in Seattle, I have thousands of Seattle students in there you can go hang out with. It is a huge community you can go join. You should go to the free course. You should sign up for the Facebook group and just get started. But really, I don't want you just to go to the course and exit out of this video. We got to really have a quick fundamentals of how to actually get started. Wholesaling real estate is going to seem very complicated starting out, but frankly, it is only 3 simple parts. Part 1 is marketing, part 2 is acquisitions, and part 3 is dispositions or finding cash buyers. Again, marketing. This is finding people who actually want to get rid of their property for a deep discount. The best ways to find this is by just pulling a list, preferably from the government, that costs no money at all. These are code violations, tax delinquencies, tax liens, and actually getting their phone number and calling them up. Now, you can drive for dollars, you can SMS text blast, you can send mail out, you can door knock. There's a lot of complicated processes, but for most people watching this right now, pulling a government list and cold calling them is going to be your best bet. Now we're on to acquisitions, locking up that deal. When somebody says they want to sell their property, all we need to do is get them to sign a contract. And the best way to do that is by just seeing if they want to sell the property. Now, if they want to see the property, we can go meet them, we can actually call them, actually use some of the closing lines they teach in the free course, actually get the deal locked up. Once the deal's locked up, we can go to the third part, which is dispositions, which is selling our contract to a rich landlord or house flipper, cold calling the for rents, cold calling the cash sales. Heck, you can go into Facebook groups and find cash buyers and get the deal sold. Seriously. That's the 3 parts: finding people who want to sell their property, locking up that deal, and then selling that deal to someone else. 3 simple, easy parts. And that's all I've really been doing for the past 7 years straight. I make millions of dollars doing this, and I want to teach you how to do it absolutely for free. You can get sold a lot of guru programs. A lot of crazy ads are going to be popping up on your phone because these gurus target people that follow me. They try to tell you there's a secret new way of wholesaling. There's a way that you don't even know about. You just got to pay me $8 grand to learn, and I'll get you started in this business. Guys, you have to cut the fluff, cut the noise out. Just do the hard work. It costs no money to get started in wholesaling real estate. And just make it quick, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 your first month. And then you can start investing in other marketing and making more money. But truthfully, in 2024 is going to be the best time ever for you to get started in wholesaling real estate. There's more open information out here. There's AI. There's more realtors to work with. And heck, it's easier than ever to get government lists and wholesaling real estate deals. There are free ways to find people's phone numbers. This is hands down the best time ever to get started in wholesaling real estate. The real question is, are you actually going to start going out here and making it happen? If you want to start getting rich and start doing wholesaling deals, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you go to freewholesaling.com, my free course. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys. I go live over 2 times every single week on this YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you can actually go out here and ask your questions live. And last but not least, make sure you smash that like button. Guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.